Hi. So, to continue on the theme of stress, I hope you had a chance to head over to the blog post that I did earlier this week and, see all the wonderful little tidbits that are going all along with the whole theme this month of stress. I've actually got two themes going on, to be honest with you. So, you know, this one happens to be a stress. The other one happens to be accountability. So if you haven't had a chance to check out the Facebook group, Transform Your Health with Wendy, go over and check that out because we are being so accountable to our health and specifically our weight loss journey this month, and really just showing up and really putting the work in and getting the work done. There's a lot of little handouts that I have all set up for those that want it, and just trying to make some big changes in their life. So back to stress. So what basically causes stress? I mean, there's a few different aspects of stress. And like we talked about earlier, really, looking at good and bad causes of stress. But mostly we want, when we talk about stress, we're talking about the kind of stress that is not really doing us any good. Short-term amounts of stress are good for productivity and getting stuff done and running away from saber-toothed tigers and keeping us safe in that respect. But so many of us are in that chronic stressful situation where we are going weeks, months, years of having so much stress in our lives, and it is actually taking its toll on our health on a very, very substantial and detrimental degree. That you can be eating healthy, you can be exercising and moving, but if you were not dealing with the stress, this is going to have just as much of an impact in your health as if you were to eat McDonald's every day, all day long, and smoke and, sit all day long as well, too. So stress is the new sitting. So they used to say sitting is the new smoking. Well, I think stress is the new smoking and the new sitting put together. It can be quite detrimental to our health. So this is why I'm talking about stress all this month. So today, specifically, different types of stress and what actually the causes of stress can be in your life. So stress can be anything from being unhappy in your job, having a heavy workload or too much responsibility, working long hours, having poor judgment, unclear expectations of your work. And I'm just kind of reading a list here, or no say in any kind of decision-making process. Working under dangerous conditions can be quite stressful as well, too. Being insecure about the chance of your chance of advancement or risk of termination. So if you, in this time right now, we're always kind of like on that verge of whether we actually are going to have a job for the rest of our lives or not, or where our next paycheck is actually coming from, too. So this is a very stressful situation. Having to give speeches in front of colleagues. A lot of people, this is something specifically that I have actually overcome. Speaking to the public is, very, very frightful and stressful for a lot of people. And facing discrimination, harassment at work too. So, excuse me, we know all too well as women, the degree of harassment and discrimination that does happen within the workplace sometimes. And, and the world right now is, well, I'm not even going to get into it because we all know what's going on in the world right now. So stress actually plays a big, big part. Life stresses actually play a big part and have a big impact on everything that goes on too. So major activities like death of a loved one can be extremely stressful and hard on the body. Divorce, loss of a job, an increase in financial obligations. So if, and this could be a result of a divorce or loss of a job, or a spouse losing a job, getting married, moving to a new home, chronic illness or disease or injury can be very, very stressful on um, your life, your financial worries and different things like that as well too. Emotional problems, so depression, anxiety, anger, grief, guilt, low self-esteem of yours or even somebody that's close to you can be very, very stressful on your body and your life. Taking care of an elderly or sick family member can be very stressful. And these are one of those long-term chronic situations as well. A traumatic event like a natural disaster or a car accident, theft or rape, violence against you or a loved one can be very, very extremely stressful. So those are just life events or extreme life events that can cause stress in your life. But there's also stress that can come from the inside as well. So rather from something being on the outside, it's almost a stress that we actually put on ourselves. So fear and uncertainty is a stress that a lot of us put on ourselves. So watching the news, seeing terrorist attacks, global warming, toxic chemicals in the news can really, really have an impact on us. Right now, we see the unrest that's going on in the United States with regards to um, their their civil rights and the Black Lives Matters and the riots and the ongoing stress that this is causing on a lot of people outside of the home, but people watching it can also feel that uncertainty and that fear. And social media alone can be very, very detrimental to the stress. I know I have uh, when I go through the social media, I have to work on social media, and this is where I have spent a lot of my time. And it can be quite stressful when going through that feed all the time. It really just, you're seeing a lot of the hatred, a lot of the, people find it very easy to spout off and be very hurtful on the internet. And sometimes this can be very, very hurtful as well too. So attitudes and perceptions can really cause a lot of stress within your life as well too. So um you know being stressed about something's, maybe your TV got stolen, and worried about whether the insurance company is going to reimburse you for that or not. Things like this can be very, very stressful on your life. Unrealistic expectations is another big one that can cause a lot of stress in your life, because nobody is perfect. And if you expect everything and everybody to be a certain way, and then they don't live up to your expectations, this can cause a lot of hurt and a lot of pain and a lot of stress on your body and your life as a result. And change, really, again too, it can be a major life event that's going on that can be very, very stressful. Something that can be happy. I laugh a little bit because marriage and job promotions can be very happy events in your life, but they can cause a lot of stress as well too. And I'm just thinking of my own wedding. Happiest day of my life, I have to admit. But at the same time, one of the most stressful situations in my life that I have ever gone through, to the point where and I had a beautiful gown on, and it was a strapless gown, and I broke out in a massive rash on my skin from stress alone on my wedding day. So all my pictures had to be it was another stressful situation. All my pictures had to be photoshopped to take this big red blotch out of my pictures as a result. And it was, just another really weird example of how stress can affect you. And of course, it was gone the next day. It was unbelievable. But just to see how much stress can affect you is extremely, extremely important. When you start seeing and understanding the places that it's coming from, you're able to get a better handle on your stress and, um, motivate you and help you move towards releasing it in the moment. Because when you can sit back and laugh about a few things that are, happy things that are stressful, and learn that, if you happen to be in front of the computer and you're like this, and your shoulders are, you can't see them, your shoulders are like this, and you've got a scrunch in your forehead, and your eyes are starting to hurt and burn, and you're clenching your jaw up like this, and you're holding it very, very tight, and you're getting that little bit of pain either here or here. It can be, when you start becoming aware of this, is maybe a sign that you need to get off of social media. It can be quite helpful for you to step back and start making the changes that you need to lower your stress levels. So all this month we're talking stress, and for a little bit of a gift for you guys, I have put together a little bit of a freebie for you to grab. It is how to get rid of toxic people in your life, because sometimes toxic people can be very stressful, even the ones that you love dearly. So this is a little booklet that I put together for you guys to grab. Also, all this month I have a 5-part series that I have at a very, very low price. It's $24.99 that you can grab, and it's all about how to stress less in your life. It is, like I said, a 4-part video series that comes with a guidebook and a lot of opportunities for you to learn how to maneuver through your life, uh, um, you know, fill your tool belt with a lot of tools to help you manage stress, and, really give yourself that opportunity for not allowing stress to really dictate how your health is going to um, uh, manifest. Because like I said, a lot of times, a lot, I don't know how many times I've had clients come into me who are, eat really, really good all the time, and, work out, and, but are almost obsessive with those two, which can cause a lot of stress, which invariably, does a lot of damage to the body, and they still end up having gastro and gut issues, and skin issues, and allergies, and flare-ups of autoimmune issues. And because their stress levels are just so ramped up, you can see them, they're just like go, 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 and they're just they can barely breathe. And and some of the times I just ask them to breathe, and they look at me kind of stupidly, like, yeah, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But that's all sometimes that we do need, is just to stop and to breathe, and to really implement some relaxation techniques. One of them is breathing into our lives, and being able to um, use them on the regular to keep us balanced. It's that balance between those 3 pillars that I talk about all the time: nutrition, and in the food that you take in, joyful movement, and incorporating that on a regular basis, on a daily basis, and more than just going to the gym. And then that mindset of, stressing less, meditation, prayer, self-love and self-care. So hopefully you will get a chance this month, because it's only going to be available in August. This is August. This is the accountability month. It's all about, getting stuff done in August before we are saying goodbye to summer. Did I say that out loud? I don't want to. But anyways, don't let it stress you. But it is available for you right now, and I would really love for you to grab it, because it is one of the important things that you need in life to secure your continual health. So I'll talk to you soon.